The allure of the forbidden always gnawed at the edges of my curiosity. That's how I found myself seated in the dimly lit corner of my room, the glow of my laptop casting an eerie light on my face. The screen flickered, revealing a labyrinthine expanse of intrigue and danger known as the dark web. A shiver of excitement tingled down my spine as I prepared to venture into the depths of the online abyss. My heart raced with a mixture of anticipation and trepidation as I navigated through layers of anonymity and encryption. The sights I stumbled upon were like glimpses into another world, a world that whispered promises of secrets, power, and knowledge beyond imagination. Among the dark web's whispers, one name stood out like a sinister beacon: the Abyssal Nexus. Rumors about the Abyssal Nexus were as varied as they were chilling. Some claimed it was a marketplace for the darkest of desires. Others whispered of forbidden rituals that could grant unimaginable power. I was about to learn just how far down the rabbit hole one could go when curiosity overcame caution. After hours of searching, I found myself facing an enigmatic symbol, an intricate intertwining of serpentine shapes and eldritch patterns. A cursor hovered over a button labeled Enter. My heart pounded in my chest, but the pull was irresistible. With a deep breath, I clicked. The screen blinked, and suddenly I was engulfed in a world that defied description. The website's design was a symphony of shadows and crimson hues, accompanied by an eerie melody that sent chills down my spine. Rows of cryptic symbols and text danced before my eyes, a mesmerizing yet foreboding display. Scrolling through the index of offerings, I came across categories that made my stomach churn: arcane artifacts, eldritch knowledge, and forbidden rituals. Each entry promised a twisted kind of enlightenment, and despite the sickening feeling in my gut, I felt drawn to explore further. My cursor hesitated over an entry titled The Veil of Whispers. The description claimed it was a gateway to communicate with the other side, to hear the voices of the beyond. I scoffed, half convinced it was an elaborate hoax. But the small, irrational part of me yearned for a connection with something beyond the mundane. With a mix of skepticism and dread, I followed the instructions provided. Candles were lit, incense wafted through the air, and an incantation was recited. As the last words left my lips, a shiver shot through
me, and the room seemed to darken. That's when I heard it, a faint rustling, like whispers carried on the wind. My heart raced as I strained to make out the words. They were unintelligible, yet filled with a haunting urgency that sent my pulse into overdrive. Panic clawed at my chest as the whispers grew louder, more insistent, swirling around me like a cyclone of spectral voices. The room began to warp, shadows lengthening and contorting as if they were alive. The air grew thick with an oppressive energy, and I felt an unseen presence looming over me. My grip on reality wavered as I realized I had crossed a line that should never have been approached. Desperation set in as I struggled to undo what I had set in motion. I followed the reverse ritual, stumbling over the words as sweat dripped down my brow. The whispers grew furious, their intensity bordering on maddening. I felt their icy fingers clawing at my mind, tearing at the edges of my sanity. Just as quickly as it had started, the room snapped back to normal, leaving me gasping for air. The candles extinguished, and the echoes of the whispers faded into silence. I was alone, shaken, and forever scarred by the terror I had unleashed. In the days that followed, a sense of unease hung over me like a shadow. Strange occurrences plagued my waking hours: flickering lights, disembodied whispers, and visions that seemed to materialize at the edge of my vision only to vanish when I turned to face them. Sleep became a cruel refuge, plagued by nightmares that blurred the line between reality and hallucination. I returned to the Abyssal Nexus, desperate for a solution to undo the horror I had brought upon myself. Frantic searching led me to an entry titled Binding the Unseen. The ritual was intricate, demanding a sacrifice of one's own essence to sever the connection to the other side. It was a steep price to pay, but I was willing to do whatever it took to escape the clutches of the shadows that haunted me. The ritual was a harrowing ordeal, every step a descent into a darkness that threatened to consume me. But as I completed the final incantation, a weight lifted from my shoulders. The air cleared, and the room brightened as if a storm had passed. The whispers were gone, replaced by an eerie silence that felt almost comforting in its emptiness. I had survived the ordeal, but the scars of my ill-fated journey into the dark web would forever mar my soul. The line between curiosity and folly, between the mundane and the supernatural, had been irrevocably blurred. The internet's underbelly had revealed a realm of horrors that should have remained hidden. A stark reminder that some secrets are best left untouched, even in the digital depths of the dark web. Remember to like and subscribe, and comment what type of story you want me to cover next.